Hi everyone, this is Christine Gutierrez and I am presenting to you the second part of our video training series, Fierce Love, Fierce Life. So in the first video, I gave you a brief synapse of the intention behind Fierce Love, Fierce Life, and I gave you some specific tools on the first layer of discovering how to change any problem, which is diving deep into it and taking a realistic look into where you are. So in order to know where we want to be, we have to first know where we are today. And if you haven't watched that video, you can just go on over and click on the first video to see that, and then you can come right back here to see video 2. So what I promised you today is a specific tools to put a break between the compulsive patterns that you've been having in your relationships so that you can actually cultivate some new healthy patterns. So I'm going to break this down a little bit more. An unhealthy compulsive pattern is one that feels like it's out of your control. And so women experience this in a myriad of ways because there's many ways to kind of cover up that void. So usually when we're doing compulsive patterns, it's to avoid feeling something that we're scared to feel. So I'll repeat that again. Usually when we're using any kind of compulsive pattern, it's usually to cover up feeling something that we're scared to feel. And so an example of that can be I have sex with people compulsively because I don't want to feel being alone. I go back to my unhealthy partner because I'm fearful that I won't find better. I'll go to the fridge to binge on snacks and treats because I'm scared to actually admit that I want out of this relationship. I call 1,000 times because I'm insecure that I'm being taken care of the way I deserve. So there's all these different ways that we do these compulsive patterns, and they really are stopping us from what we really want, which is just control over ourselves and trust in ourselves and peace with ourselves. And the way I like to describe it is that you're doing these things, but it's not giving you the results you need. So we do things because we want certain results. And if it's not giving us the results we need, and it's making us feel like shit, and it's making people push us away even more, then there's something wrong, right? So that means that we have to change the pattern. However, a compulsive pattern is usually one that has a big grasp on us, and it's usually one that we've been doing for a long time. So it's going to take something to break it. So this is what we call a compulsive pattern, and what we need is a intervention. So one of my favorite tools to use that I've personally used in my own life to stop this kind of compulsive pattern is specifically around feeling insecure. So anytime I felt this feeling of void, or I felt the feeling of being abandoned or being unlovable, I would go psycho and need to reach out to get it. So instead of doing that, what I did was I practiced this formula from Kabbalistic techniques called the God formula. I renamed it the Goddess formula, or also the proactive formula. So when we're engaging in these reactive behaviors, it's compulsive and it's reactive. What we want to do is engage in proactive behaviors. So how to do that? There's 4 steps. Number 1, stop when you see that there's an obstacle happening. Stop. Number 2, know that it is not the obstacle that is causing the problem. It is your reaction to the obstacle. It is not the obstacle. It's not the guy not texting you. It's not the you think he may be cheating. It's not the I don't have someone in my life. It's your reaction to the obstacle that is blocking you from your happiness. This is huge. Number 3, restrict yourself from engaging in any behavior. And instead, number 4, invite the light in. What is the light? Higher self, higher wisdom, higher guidance. And you can literally say, I invite the light in. Surrendering. I don't know what to do here, but I know that I've been here before, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to know that it's not the obstacle that's the problem, although it really is seductive and making me think so, but is instead my reaction to the obstacle. I'm going to not react, and I'm going to invite the light in. And you can say, I invite the light in. And then You ask to be guided. Like, guide me to how to deal with this situation. And another way to put this is, what would the healthiest version of myself choose here? And then baby step it and try to do it one time when the obstacle comes. And if this is an obstacle that's come many times, chances are you'll have an opportunity to practice again. So if you don't get it right the first time, it's all good. So if you're feeling triggered by something happening while you're dating or in your relationship, practice doing this at least one time this week. So your homework is to write down, pause this, and write down 3 situations or 3 times that you've seen yourself act out in this compulsive pattern. It could be from your past, it could be now, but I just want you to get a look at how those patterns are playing out. And then write down what you usually do. So everyone has their own form of reacting cray-cray. So write down how you act crazy. And knowing how you act crazy will help you to know when to stop. So when you see that behavior, you can say, oh, I know, this is usually what I do when I'm starting to feel insecure, bad, rejected. And then the challenge this week will be to practice this formula. So stop, don't react, know that it's the way we react to the obstacle, not the obstacle itself. That's the problem. Invite the light in for guidance and ask what to be do, and then let it go. And until you're not feeling all like reactive and angry and upset and rejected, don't do anything. Keep inviting the light in until you feel peace and a kind of guidance from within, from the healthiest version of yourself. So practice. Let me know how it goes in the comments below. I cannot wait to see you in video 3, where we will get into the nitty-gritty of the art of dating and relationships and how to keep that magnetic light on no matter what. So talk to you soon, and thanks again.